as far as mental health is concerned, because COVID had a pretty big impact on mental health, and then the injury that you had earlier probably impacted your mental health. You've mentioned that your mental health played a major role in your development as a person and as a basketball player. So can you talk about what that journey looked like a little bit as you went through each one of these chapters of your college basketball career?
Yeah, for sure. And I think a lot of those experiences in my first 4 years of school led to my master's degree being a little bit more focused research wise on sports psych. Like, I think I took a class my junior year, which was like kinesiology 321, maybe, or maybe 319. It was a sports psych class. And I was like, this stuff exists, like these terms, this literature. Like, I didn't even know that was even a world. I knew sports psych was a term, um, but I was definitely exposed to a lot of like the mental health struggles when I had my sophomore year and my injury. Um, but it played a huge role. Like, a lot of it came back to that identity stuff that you were mentioning before. Like really tying a lot of like self worth and validation and all of those things that you get from a sport and being good at it. A lot of that was tied directly to basketball, and yeah, I felt like leading up to those times, whether it was the injury or COVID, like if I can't excel on the basketball court, like what else can I do? How else? Not as much like can I get people to like me, but also like how can I take up space and be myself in social scenarios, professional scenarios, academic. So it was good. Like at the time, it was painful and challenging, and definitely felt like very uncertain about a lot of things. Like feathers were ruffled, but the injury, and I'll kind of combine the two with COVID, but it was just a good time to like be reflective, dig a little bit deeper. Why was I having such a hard time with it? Like kind of try to pursue answers. One, I don't have to tie myself so closely to a sport, and I can still be good at it. I think a lot of people think they have to be so invested in it and associate the identity with it, and that's what makes them good. But stepping away from that, where it's like you don't have to have a scarcity mindset. That's something that we talk about in some of these higher education classes in sports psych. But you don't have to be like, well, I got to be this way in order for me to be good at this thing. Like you could be yourself and your entire self and still perform at a high level. And sometimes you can even find it you're going to perform at a higher level because you're not associating yourself so heavily with your identity in sport, or even academics. This doesn't have to just go for athletes. Like if you're a big time academic and you're scoring amazing on all your tests and going to get your doctorate or whatever it may be. I just think like those were very important times for me to realize basketball has gotten me to all of these amazing places and it deserves all of that credit, but it's not the end all be all. It'll come to an end as it has, for the last 2 years I haven't played. And it's just a great thing to be grateful for, but it doesn't have to be my entire world, you know?